Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason.
I'm Amy.
This is Freya. Hello Freya.
Hi, Freya.
And we're bringing you today's video. Hi baby. Oh, she licked my liquor.
She does that. What? You don't show up for 2 whole videos and then all of a sudden...
As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, guys. We're a small family channel. And we really appreciate the support. So today I want to talk about a book from an author I have talked about in the past. I have not talked about this book, of course, but I've talked about the author. So as always, I'm going to break it down into 4 parts. The world, characters, plot, writing style. So, the world. Pretty sure it's supposed to be our world. Pretty sure it's supposed to be our world. That's the best I can say. Probably a few decades ago. But if it's not Earth, it's definitely Earth adjacent. The way it's written, I'm actually going to jump ahead to writing style and talk about that now. The writing style, this is it's a detective noir book. Absolutely. I'm not sure that I know the main character's name. Everything is written very, very noirish. I mean, it's very little exposition to it. She asked my name. It's also written first world. She asked my name, so I told her. I mean, like
wow.
That's so. It's kind of like Robert Parker Spencer books where you never find out his first name. Like I don't know the name of the character. The writing style, very noir, very gangster noirish. So definitely a detective mystery noirish kind of book. So the main character is a former cop that left the force. He was an honest cop in theory, honest-ish. Left the force as it became more and more corrupt, and started to work as a private investigator. Was a super successful private investigator until he was too successful, and his investigations ended up putting his client in jail. And but he was so successful, he was working so much that he was never home, never paid attention to his wife, and then she started to
pay attention to someone else.
She started to bang every stranger out there. Then she started to bang the ones that weren't so strange. Then she started banging the people that they know. And then she started bringing them over to the house, and then started bringing them over to the house in groups. So eventually they divorced.
I would hope so.
And amazingly enough, she owes him alimony.
Wow.
Which ends up being a kind of a major plot point near the end. So he fell into the bottle. His apartment is, let's just say, not very clean. Way beyond that. He'd already pawned one of his guns, his best gun, so he could buy more alcohol. He's trying to quit smoking throughout this entire novel, and he wakes up one day drunk, checks his mail, has a handwritten invitation to a party from pretty much the richest guy in the city. So that leads him to a little bit of suspicion. And right after that, right after he checks the mail, finds this, he goes to step outside to go to the store, gets clocked upside the back of the head, and ends up in the hospital. Once he gets home, finds out his house has been ransacked, and so now he's a little bit curious. So he starts investigating, and his methods of investigation are via criminals he knows. So first he goes to talk to a local mob boss and invite him to a poker game, which during that little scenario, well, the mob boss invites him for a chat, so he's encouraged to go, and one of the people encourages him a little too strenuously, which leads him to be slapped by his boss in public, which of course breeds a brand new enemy for our main character, and this enemy ends up being the main bad guy through most of the book as he continues to try and figure out what's going on. Now, along with this, because, noir detective, he just, you can't just have one problem. You can't just have 2 problems. So he's got this mystery, he's got this mystery invitation. Then he got clocked upside the head and put in the hospital. Now, the craziest, most insane mob guy and underboss basically wants to kill him. So while he's walking home, because he can't take a cab because this guy has bribed all the cab companies, so while he's walking home, he runs across a pimp beating the living crap out of one of his hookers. So he beats the pimp, possibly to death. He doesn't quite know. Naturally rescues the hooker, takes her to a sanctuary, almost like the Continental. They call it the Holy Ground. It's a hotel that has been declared hands-off by the mob boss and other people. It's basically neutral ground.
Oh, so it is like the Continental.
And it kind of reminded me of the Continental in a way. And the owner is childhood friends with the main character. So he takes her there to try and hide out there while he continues to do his investigation. So he's got multiple problems. He doesn't know what to do with her. She doesn't know what to do with him. Then he's got Turk, the one that's gunning for his head. Then he's got this mystery one that came after him because he knows it wasn't Turk. And then he's got this mystery of the whole invitation and why in the hell he got a handwritten invitation to a party thrown by the richest guy in the city. Oh, and along with that, his brother-in-law is also a extremely rich, extraordinarily powerful criminal that he has some major dirt on. So he's basically blackmailing him.
Yeah, it's his brother. Of course, he's got the dirt.
Brother-in-law.
Oh.
So he's blackmailing him, which is part of how he supports himself because his alimony is not that hefty. So yeah, he's got, and of course the brother-in-law hates him. So yeah, he's got multiple problems. Way too many people that want to kill him. Fantastic book, guys. Fantastic book. I can't stress it enough. Triggerbreak by S.W. Douglas is absolutely awesome. I've reviewed, this now marks the last of S.W. Douglas's books that I've reviewed. I've now reviewed all of his books. His writing style, they're all different. The Guild Files is one thing now, and each one of those had a different writing style. And now Triggerbreak, which is a very noirish book. I like to see a sequel to it because he leaves a lot of things, as he's trying so hard to fit within this noir style, he leaves so many things unanswered. You know, this big supposed betrayal that occurs near the end of the book, when he opens the note and reads the note, it brings a tear to his eye, and he saves it puts it into his safe. No idea what the note says. Doesn't tell us, so hopefully that's revealed if he writes the book too. The thing about S.W. Douglas, I want to introduce him to you guys. You guys really need to read the Guild Files books. Those 3 superhero books are absolutely fantastic, and I think if more people were to be reading his books, he might be able to write. Well, you can tell this is a side job for him. He has a book come out every few years, so you guys got to go check them out. They're all on Amazon. Triggerbreak is good. The Guild Files is absolutely outstanding, but Triggerbreak is really, really good. So go read his books, guys. Go read his books, and possibly we can get some more books out of him. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye now.
Bye.